First Sound. Visit us online at www.999wefm.com or call 457-9994. WeFM 99.9, the Clean First Sound.
99.9 WeFM. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WeFM 99.9 is on now.
It would be nice to know what song actually goes along with that instrumental, you know, because so where the instrumental
What's this song? 8:49. That is the time. We're singing songs and you can sing along. Hey, come move your feet. Get up and dance with me. Look at me rhyming and I'm rhyming on the beat. Hey, hey.
Hey, she gets through pool.
Hey,
She gets through. She get through this morning.
Yo, wow, brother, man.
All right.
Hey.
All right. So I have a so all the time I get messages from this number, I didn't know who it was, right? But anyhow, I figure out who it is. So I got some message saying, "Good morning, Roleza. Can you wish Auntie Annette and Uncle Egg happy birthday today?" All right. So that would be Annette Llewellyn and Bertram Llewellyn. So Annette is my cousin. Right. So Annette is my cousin. And Uncle Egg, or Bertram Llewellyn, he is my uncle. Yeah, I just said Uncle Bertram, right? Yes, he's my uncle. So happy birthday, Annette, and happy birthday, Uncle Bertram. All right, coming from the entire Samuel Llewellyn family. Right? Yeah, right. All right, morning, Auntie Yvonne.
Okay.
All right.
Then. Right. Big up all the birthday people. November this week. I have somebody in November. Boy, I gotta go home and check my calendar now. I remember. Oh, yeah. I don't want to face the shame of forgetting the birthday. Okay, then. Into our topic this morning. Remember, you can call us to be a part of our discussion. Yeah, man. 457-9997. It does not matter where in the world you are. If you wish to call us, we've got Wi-Fi. We've got WhatsApp. 457-9997. So if you're in Africa, call us. You can get through. If you're in England, call us. You will get through. You're in America, call out, In the Caribbean, same thing. You could call us direct. You can call us WhatsApp if you're not, able to call us direct. So we got you covered all the way around for our activated morning. So we are heading into our next topic. And what is our next topic? Australia is planning to ban social media for children under the age of 16. And I love it. Right away, I gotta say, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, then. So the Australian government announced that sometime coming up, in a minute, my phone does not want me to be great. So the Australian government announced that it's what it described as world-leading legislation that would institute an age limit of 16 years for children to start using social media and hold platforms responsible for ensuring compliance. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you're going to be held accountable if Australia finds a 15-year-old on your platform. So social media is doing harm to our kids, and I'm calling time on it. That's what the Prime Minister said. The legislation will be introduced in Parliament during its final 2 weeks in session this year, and the age limit would take effect 12 months. You find that too long, but okay. 12 months after the law is passed, that's when the age limit would take effect. So the platforms would include X, previously known as Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And they would need to use that. So the platforms, take all those that I just called out, they're going to need to use that to work on how to exclude Australian children from the platform. The Prime Minister said, I've spoken to thousands of parents, grandparents, aunties, and uncles, and they, like me, are worried sick about the safety of our kids online, and I share their sentiments. I am proud. except that it's taken too long to go into effect. All right, the proposal comes as governments around the world are wrestling with how to supervise young people's use of technologies like smartphones and social media. So Australia is taking a step up and saying under 16, no Facebook, no TikTok, no Twitter. And I don't get them wrong, you don't need those things at those age anyway. Whatever arguments the parents are gonna come up with, I'll find my word to describe it soon before I I use the wrong adjective.
All right. So some of the negatives with regards to children using technology, you have issues such as cyberbullying, behavior problems, online predators, weakened social skills, disrupted sleep, low attention span, and obesity. And I mean, they said obesity here, but I can also see other negative effects in terms of, let's say, those persons who might become anorexic because of the images that they see going on and thinking that a particular size is the size that has to you need to be. All right. So I think it could be from either one extreme of obesity in terms of them not being out and being active and engaging in play, or you might see it from the other side where they can become anorexic because this might be the body image that's being viewed online and persons thinking that this is healthy. Even along with that, things such as, I keep looking at a lot of these things keep popping up in my feed, my YouTube feed, about persons who have the BBL procedures, and a lot of them. And, this is one of the reasons why it took me forever to join Instagram, because I always used to see images of women looking the same. Right? These narrow hips, big bust.
They say all of them look the same now. Yeah.
Broad hips and big bottom, right? And all of them have this particular look. And I was so annoyed with it because I'm saying, especially even like those places, those online boutiques, when it says that they're showing images of these women, that they all looked the same. And to me, it was not a true representation of women, because we come in various sizes, various shapes, etc. So that was like one of the things that it took me a very long time before I joined Instagram, because I was just really annoyed with the images that I saw, the portrayal of women. I think one of the challenges here with implementing this is Facebook already does have an age limit of persons not joining under the age of 18, but yet we see children having accounts because it's very easy for you to lie. It's very easy for you to lie and say that you are of this particular age. All you have to do is just give them put in the wrong age, and then you can have an account. I think what it is that it really is going to take a lot of effort on the part of parents and guardians, right? Again, many parents and guardians give children devices for educational reasons as well as entertainment reasons, right? But it's going to take monitoring. Already there are many devices that have restrictions in place in terms of you can prevent a child from going on a particular site or particular sites, right? There's also like timeout that the devices, you can put in timeout on the devices where, let's say, if you need for your child to no longer be on the device at 8 p.m., that it would shut down at 8 p.m., right? So there are measures that can be put in place. What it is that concerns me is the way in which children are born knowing technology. They come straight out of the mother's womb knowing about technology. You will see a child finding under the age of, let's say around 2, finding things on YouTube for their age.
They can't read
and they cannot read, right? These children do not know how to read, but they're able to find things, age-appropriate things for themselves, right? So even with that advanced technology that they're born with, quote unquote, born with, what concerns me is even if, let's say a parent does put restrictions in place to the best of their ability, that these children are still going to find a way around the situation. And that is what concerns me, because I don't want to write off devices and say that they're all bad, right? I don't want to write off social media platforms and say that they're all bad, because we get a lot of information from social media. It's really and truly what it is that we choose to take from it, and what it is that we choose to maybe like and subscribe to. That is the information that's going to be fed to us. But it is going to be a tricky situation.
Yeah, and like I was just about to say something. Thing gone from me so quick. I was trying to find something that I came across the other day. I was scrolling back to the documents and I can't find it. With a child who killed himself I can't remember
The
the
AI
exact thing.
thing, yeah,
Yes. So some social media thing caused this. The mother claimed that it caused her child to kill himself, and I think I've seen two such headlines. So I mean, I said it at the start. I am happy that Australia is saying no social media for children under 16. But as you said, parents are gonna have to figure out how they're going to work around this. Because if they still have the devices, it is possible for them to still do something. I mean, the government says that the platforms are going to have to do something or the other to ensure that nobody under this particular age, well, Australians under that age, are not on their platforms. Otherwise, something, I don't know, they may be punished. There's some sort of, they will be held accountable. This topic of devices is an interesting one. It's a very interesting one, and I am one. I don't believe that children should have devices. That's my personal belief. It sounds crazy to say because people would say, oh, they need it for their homework. And I mean, they do try to introduce it in schools where they say, let's introduce technology and all of that. But I do not believe that children should have devices. And one of the excuses parents would say is, oh, I need to get onto my child. Before they had phones, people been getting onto the child. Where you need to get onto your child goes to school. Does the school not have a phone? Does the teacher not have a phone? Your child had no business calling and answering phone during school hours. Who used to do that back in the day, and they even been going missing and getting kidnapped and meeting all kind of ills that they're meeting now. So that one is a poor excuse. There is the only good thing that I could see is that they use it for schoolwork. But a lot of the times, parents are exhausted. And it is much easier to say, hold this device, especially if this child, when they're small and they come in nagging, Mommy, Daddy, I want this, I want, and you're tired. It is so easy to say, hey, hold this and just go. Because once they have it, they're not going to bother you. But the thing is, what they're going to watch, sometimes you give it to them with the thing you want them to watch, and the children them smart, they go turn down the volume. So when you ain't hearing nothing again, they turn it down to change it and watch what they want to watch, what they know you don't want them to watch. So I believe they should do it without the devices.
But you see, when we say they should do it without the devices, now this is going to put extra strain, let's say, on parents to actually have to spend time with the child, right? No, yeah, because okay, so back when I was growing up, right?
Get them books.
We had books. So we had books, we had games, these board games, right? We had television, right? So for the most part, when I was growing up, we had just one channel, SVG TV, right? Until cable was introduced. There wasn't any internet, right? But still, you found back then that parents were a little bit more active with their children. Do a lot of parents actually have the time to spend with their child or children?
Society is interesting. It's interesting to see that now we claim to be so modern and we're modernizing and we're developing is the most problem we're coming across because
it's new problems.
And they claimed that the other civilizations were backward and they didn't know what they're doing, but we full of problem now, climate change and all thing up knock we down. But in the name of modernization and development. But it's interesting to see that parents are now so overworked because they're trying to make it in this society. And I personally, I don't believe these things are accidental. These things was the people's powers that be sat down and designed this. Because ultimately they want the human race to be.
Conspiracy theorist?
They will call me that and I will proudly accept it. Because when they want to hide truth from us, when people come out and speak truth to get the people aware, that's the first thing they love to say.
But what
you're
about...
a conspiracy theorist? If not, you're crazy.
Well, true.
And if not, if you're saying something too serious, they kill you.
But then the thing of it is
it look like a suicide.
Okay, so we say God gave us abilities, right?
Yeah, and we're overdoing with it. No, we want to be God.
But how are you going to say that we're overdoing it?
We want to be God. No, we want to go above God. Roleza, are you looking at mankind?
Hold on. So are you sure that we are trying to be like God? Are we using the abilities that God has given us? And it's just that now things have gotten maybe just a little bit out of hand because we've not monitored things properly. Out of hand.
Relisa, you see they're trying to make to what's the word I want to use to copy the whole birth process. They want their AIs to now be able to make children.
Right, but on one hand, then we would marvel at the fact that they're able to do these
But
things.
yeah,
right?
it seems
We're
like but
marveling at
it's
the
not
person.
something to marvel at, because there's nothing in my mind that's telling me that these things are for a good cause. They know why they're doing these crazy things. For me, they're trying to play God. Look, now they have the genders and telling me, I could, if I born with a penis, I could cut my penis into and split it and push it inside and become a female. I know this is a real thing, serious thing to talk about, because then people just want to cancel you when you talk about these things. But for me, doing these things, you're trying to play God.
You see,
There are certain things that we just should not venture into, in my opinion.
So I look at a situation, I'm looking at the horizon right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day before Christopher Columbus and whoever else, right? It want to start with it, but looking at the horizon back in the day, right? Persons would have thought that you got to the horizon
and you drop over. Me is a thing so
had he not, and other persons before him, had they not ventured further, then they would not have realized that there was more to the world than that
was not problem. I wish they didn't stay with it. It's problems because when they come and find people and take it and talk about the discover thing and meet people.
This, Dianna, right? As much as I am not okay with what slavery stood for, right? And all the atrocities that took place, I will be happy to say that based on certain things that I have seen on television, from documentaries, etc., and in some countries where certain ills are still being done against each other, in Africa, I am okay with being in this part of the world.
Oh, you see?
Right? No, I am not saying that slavery is a good thing. Please, nobody take it out of context. But I'm saying that if I had to compare my life here in SVG in the West Indies, as opposed to being in Africa, in certain African countries, or experiencing certain things in certain tribes, I'll go over here, right?
I wouldn't mind.
The thing of it is that there is going to be, we are using the capabilities and the, oh gosh, Anita, sorry, I didn't hear talking the whole time. Well, how to answer this? Okay, we are, what is it saying? We are using the abilities that God has given us.
I want God on the line. God.
To develop further, but I think it's just that we have mismanaged it a lot.
We've definitely mismanaged it.
Right?
We're doing the most, and I would not have minded being in Africa with my people, because the life that they have built for us and packaged and given to us and made it look good. I see it for what it is. And I wouldn't mind if they been left me in Africa with my people there. Me rather stop at Africa with me black people and me black people traditions than come. Yes.
With certain
Hold on, I'm going to tell you, than to come and live in their colonized system that they set up and tell me I must accept. I would have rather dead at Africa with my ancestors. Ladies. Yes. Good morning, Anita.
Let Anita be our moderator. Good morning, moderator Anita. How are you?
I am blessed, thank you. Now, Dianna, I am in your corner. Roleza, God give us wisdom. But what are we doing with it? Using it to destroy ourselves.
Yeah, that we're doing.
Dianna is right. We want to beat God.
Is it that we want to beat him?
Yeah, man.
But is it that we're not managing properly?
Roleza.
I don't know. So you're going to have to win me over.
I'm not trying to win you. I am getting to the point. God give us wisdom, but we're using it to destroy ourselves in every sense of the word. Too much wisdom we want to take with God's pride. Am I wrong or right? But,
you're right. Anita,
I would answer you. I'm not answering, okay?
You're right. Anita, we want to play God now. We're so bright. We want to play God. Just now they're going to try and raise people from the dead. Wait and see. They're going to have some AI. Wait, man.
But listen. But sometimes they just try. They want
to try. They try.
You don't see how they just be going on over the dead and although like they wanna and they praying, and nothing wrong in praying, because the prayer is the first thing to keep. But when the person already dead there for how much days, I mean, they wanna bring him back like Lazarus. That is God's job. You understand? Okay. But yesterday, quickly, I heard you talking, Dianna. I was in and outside, didn't catch the full story about love and in love and what you'll do with somebody if they're in love with you. Now, We live in a world that is like, rather, and prefer. Now,
Jeez.
Mm.
Wow.
I don't laugh.
What's love
It's a
got to do
fact.
with it, right?
But listen to me. Ladies, either of you can answer. Would you like somebody to, if you have a choice, so somebody care for you, love you, and in love with you, which one you'll choose?
Give me the options again. Is
Care for you,
mhm.
love you, and in love with you.
In
Which one
love.
In
you'll
love
I
with
choose
want you
me.
to
if
be
you
in
have a
love
In
with
love
choice?
with
me.
me.
In love with you?
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, listen, I would rather somebody care for me.
Mm.
Listen, care don't leave. This is my opinion.
Mm.
Somebody love you today and they hate you tomorrow.
Mhm.
They will tell you how much they're in love with you. You just smashed it too, and you'd hear all kind of things. When somebody care for you, care goes to the end. You ever meet somebody and they fall out and they will still look for that person, still reach out for that person. And somebody would say, man, she done left you so long.
Hmm.
And you hear they say, but I still care for she.
I don't know how I feel about the care. Care just seems to me as if you're putting up with me just because.
No, 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 no,
That's
no,
how
no.
I would
Well,
interpret it in a sense where if somebody
and I
who says I love tell me that they care
mhm.
about me, but they're no longer in love with me, I just feel like you're just there because suspension
No,
that.
no. Well, and I respect your opinion.
Mm,
But I respect your opinion and I'm not
mhm.
straying from it. But I'll tell you, I rather somebody care for me. But care, when somebody care for you, love will follow. But people fall out of love, I repeat. But care doesn't leave. I mean, and this is Anita's opinion. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm
Mhm.
saying to you?
Mhm.
I mean, a gentleman will
It's
meet you with three
interesting.
children and he gave you two. But then it happens so that all you fall out. But then he will come to the place still and he will still come with five book bag, five
Mm.
apples because he care for those children.
Mm.
You would say they still call me daddy. I care for
Mm.
all of them. But then if you only love, you'd only love his too. So when he care first, love follow. As I said, I may be wrong. Somebody could call and convince me, but that's how I
Mm.
feel and I do respect your opinion.
Sure, no
Okay?
problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah. Have a good day, guys. All right.
You
Take
as
care.
well.
It's
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.
it's
Bye.
interesting that I'm hearing this things. It's interesting that I'm hearing this particular conversation. Anyway,
Mm.
no comments. I don't want. I'm not commenting.
All right, no, we will take it up another time because
Yes.
it's
Oh
already
yes. Oh yes. Oh
we'll take
yes.
it up another time. But food for thought this morning, folks. Food for thought.
Yeah.
And I've discovered that Dianna is a conspiracy theorist.
And you ain't even hear nothing yet. So it is now time for us to head out of this talk segment as we are way, way out of time.